The first coaching principle that I ever learned when I was doing my coach training way back over a decade ago was that people are whole, capable, resourceful, and creative. And I heard those words and I was like, yeah, those are beautiful words. That sounds beautiful. Yes. But it wasn't until I started to practice the embodiment of that statement with coaching clients as I was learning how to be a coach that I realized how foreign that concept really was to me. So when I was younger, I've always had a great big heart. My heart feels like it could love the whole wide world. I also have a bleeding heart. I don't want anyone to be unhappy. I just have all the characteristics of a big bleeding heart. And that heart has gotten me into a lot of trouble when I was younger. And so I remember friendships, relationships that I had in my earlier years where I would see someone that I cared about in pain or going through some kind of emotional turmoil. And I would literally imagine like a vacuum hose, like going to that person. And I wanted to suction away all of their pain, all of their sadness. I wanted to suction it away. And in my mind, I'm like, well, that pain, that sadness, it has to go somewhere. So like, I'll just take the other end of the hose, and that pain and that sadness that can come onto me because, oh, I'm strong enough. I can handle that. I can carry this for them. So I used to literally visualize that, envision that when I was in front of someone I loved and cared about, and I was sitting with them in their pain. And you can imagine the unhealthy and codependent relationships that mindset or that perspective created in my life. It was actually disastrous. And even though over the years I cleaned a lot of that behavior up, it wasn't really until I became a coach. And you can't coach in a healthy, productive, and impactful way without truly embodying that coaching principle that others are. This client, this person in front of me is whole, capable, resourceful, and creative. That means they do not need to be fixed. They do not need to be healed. They do not need to be put back together. They are not broken. And it's not my job to heal them, fix them, put them back together. That's not my job. Embodying that, learning that changed how I show up for clients, but even far beyond that, and perhaps more impactful in my own life, it changed how I see my loved ones, my children, my partner, my family, my friends. And just that shift alone, what it did personally for me was it created these incredibly healthy boundaries that I didn't even need to firmly set. If I am holding someone whole, capable, resourceful, and creative, if I trust that they have the answers inside of them, they're not broken, even if they are showing up in broken states, even if they're showing up in ways that I don't agree with, it's not my job. Not only is it not my job, it's doing the other person a disservice by holding them in this broken state. And so that for me, it just created these really natural, healthy boundaries around me. And wow, did my relationships ever start to change? Because guess what? When we hold people and see them like they're broken or they need to be fixed, like think about the energy that we give to someone or that we hold for another human when we are in that state, when we're looking at them and we feel sorry for them, or we feel like, oh, I feel so sorry for you, or I'm so worried about you. It actually like holds them in this state of, I can't even name it, just this yucky, funky energy versus when we hold someone and trust in their inner resilience, trust in their inner resourcefulness, trust in their inner wholeness, trust in their own answers, trust in their own inner strength, in their own inner courage. When we sit with a client, a loved one, whoever, an employee, and hold that for them, we empower them to find that wholeness, find that courage, find that inner strength. I used to wonder if that was a cold state, will that make me cold? But it actually has given me the tools to sit with people in their deepest, darkest moments, in their most vulnerable, achy fears, without trying to fix, save, or heal, and without trying to emotionally bypass the icky, yucky feelings they're feeling through toxic positivity or whatever people call that now. But that has helped me to actually be with another human in all of the range of emotions.